You come to the New Yorker Radio Hour for conversations that go deeper with people you really want to hear from, whether it's Bruce Springsteen or Questlove or Olivia Rodrigo, Liz Cheney, or the godfather of artificial intelligence, Jeffrey Hinton, or some of my extraordinarily well-informed colleagues at the New Yorker. So join us every week on the New Yorker Radio Hour, wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hey, do you like true crime? Me too. And I know what you're thinking. There's so many true crime pods out there, you've already heard all the stories. Well, what if I were to tell you you're wrong? I'm Leroy Luna, the host of Excuse Me, That's Illegal, the podcast that takes a hardcore look at softcore crime. I've got a back catalog of hundreds of bizarre and hilarious stories just waiting to be heard by you. So come join me. Excuse Me, That's Illegal is available anywhere you get your favorite podcasts, with new episodes dropping on the 10th, 20th, and 30th every month, baby!
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey, y'all, I'm JJ.
Hey, guys, it's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests who share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.
Hello, happy Thursday. What?
It was like Cher, Celine Dion.
You're welcome.
I wasn't saying thank you.
Well, I'm
not
read between the lines.
appreciative of it.
I can read between the lines. You know, I'm humble. You don't have to worry.
These lines.
You cold? Those fingers is a little...
Yes, I'm always cold.
Yeah.
My nipples are on hard.
On hard mode all the time. Hey, what a good time to tell you that you can watch the video version.
You can't see them.
Melissa's hard nipples.
Just right below the line.
Oh, right below the nipple line. This is our See You Next Tuesday episode. We read the results of last week's episode of But Am I Wrong? And last week's was episode 126.
Explain a little bit about, there might be new people here because we are putting it out in video format on YouTube and Spotify. This is See You Next Tuesday. It is a companion show with our But Am I Wrong show, which is a show where we ask ourselves, are we wrong? It's us. We have writers write in, and then also we nominate somebody that is in the news at the moment. So, and then we put those out for vote on our Instagram. And these are those results.
And these are their stories. Dun dun.
That's what I was going for.
I could tell.
Thanks.
See, look, unlike you, I am supportive of your vocal endeavors. Okay. Have you ever seen Christopher Maloney's Reads Thirst tweets from BuzzFeed?
Yes. That ass.
You know what he needs to? He needs to be in a movie with Jeff Goldblum and Stanley Tucci.
That's too much.
No, the way that's porn, by the way. That's just, it's porn. And I'd love to see it.
The way that I stifled a moan when you said that?
Exactly.
I
Imagine those three men together.
Nope. Can't.
So
I won't. I refuse. This podcast would be over.
Yeah, it's too inappropriate of a time. Yeah. No, save that in the spank bank. So this is for episode 126. And I am up first with the realization that I think has changed us all. I have been changed for good.
I just opened it up and that picture was perfect.
Great
job, Megan.
Thank you.
It's hilarious. I don't know who that man is, but
Niall Horan. He's in One Direction. I know more about him because he plays golf and he's Irish. So Therefore, he is a hero in our home.
Okay.
Mats loves him. He's also quite good at golf. And unfortunately, Justin Timberlake is also pretty good at golf, which Mats
Yes,
hates.
he is. Why is that unfortunate?
Because I hate that man.
And I do not.
Yeah, that is.
Why can't you be?
And nobody's allowed. This is Melissa's. Let her have this one thing.
Why?
It's her singular problematic man she loves.
Why can't you be supportive with me in that?
I can't. Like I'm first of all, I'm physically incapable, and that was before we knew he was shitty. I just hate that. I just can't stand him. He's got that punchable face.
Okay.
But Niall doesn't.
He also plays golf with Ellen.
Yeah. And that doesn't help. So
the way that it feels like her show has been over for like 10 years. And literally when I just opened YouTube, Cynthia Erivo was there talking about how she was excited about being cast. Like, you know, they shot this movie a couple years ago, but
whoa, hold up. I thought you could say
been
In the Color Purple. No, you meant in Wicked.
yes.
Yeah, no, I do think we've moved on from Ellen crazy quickly.
We did.
Like, it's actually kind of fucking psychotic. I did see a really good take where someone said that if Ellen was still on, the Hawk Tuah girl wouldn't have a podcast.
I saw
and about
that too.
how Ellen was kind of like the apex predator in the sense of like you bring people on for their viral clip, like 10 seconds of fame, and then they like fade into oblivion or whatever. And then you have like the couple people who like stick through and stand through, like Sophia Grace and Rosie, Mason Ramsey, whatever, all of those people. But then the rest just like fade into the background. And without Ellen there chewing them up and spitting them out, now they have podcasts and now they have social media followings. And it's like, oh my God, we're overrun.
And the thing is that when Ellen was doing it, because she even like it was huge. She even had like her own platform for
Yeah,
Ellen
Caitlin was on
TV.
there. And I loved Caitlin.
Yeah, Caitlin's great. But she legit like you could see that she hated a lot of these people.
Yes.
And that's what they needed to see.
No, and like now people are mad because one of the Jimmys had on the one that we don't like, the one I'm not
include
predicting
me in that.
what?
I don't
No, as in the audience. Like he's the one who people hate.
Who? Which one?
One of the Jimmys.
Fallon or Kimmel?
I don't know. The one who's on
I-
SNL. People hate
Fallon.
him. I don't know why, but people like really hate him.
Because he just laughs all the time.
Which I think is a crazy thing to like hate someone for.
Yes.
Like it's like I'm like, okay, if he tell me he did something horrendous, okay. But if you're like, I hate this man's laugh, I think as a society we need to work on that because
can
I would
also
love men
just
to laugh more and kill less. So like
watch something else.
yeah, it's a late night talk show, like whatever. But he had one of
Also
the
friends with Justin.
That's a knock. He's on James Corden, okay? So like when James Corden is still there, like let's reserve it. But he had this, oh my God, the way that I learn about so much like straight male culture from Mott's, like I have no idea what this is, but like this kid who does like boom, he says boom, and he has a family and they say boom. I have no idea.
Oh, I do know who you're talking
From
about.
SNL?
And I'll tell you the only reason why. Because of SNL.
Yes.
And I said, this is the one thing that I don't understand what they're talking about. So I had to go look it up.
Yes. So Mott's, he was on Jimmy or whatever. And then I was skipping by that. And Mott's like, oh, if you want to watch SNL later, you should see what this is. And I was like, why? And he was like, because, he's on. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And Mott's like, you don't know who this is? And he had to show me. And I literally was like, he pulls my phone. He goes onto my TikTok and I get switch accounts. Don't fucking ruin my algorithm with this shit. I have no idea and he did the same thing with Hawk Tuah. And I said, hold up. Pause those fucking thumbs. I don't know what this is. And I don't know it. And I don't know that I'm going to like it because it hasn't already shown this to me. And this algorithm is fantastic. Switch to my other account. Don't mess this up for me. And so I guess Jimmy had that kid on and the look of utter disgust and disdain he had for this kid, everybody was up in arms. And I go, no, that's what we need. That's what Ellen did is she had these people on and she was very kind to the children who had memorized all of the presidents who knew all these fun facts. But she's like, if you go viral for something stupid, I'm going to treat you as such.
And I will bring you, like, here I am putting you on my platform.
Yep. I'm putting you with the Westin.
Show that this is not somebody we need to make famous.
Nor are you going to feel cut out for it because, like, let's see. Like, let's fucking see. And I think that's great. And I think like the fact that people were like having this uproar against Jimmy for this, I was like, unfortunately, guys, we do need that apex predator. I don't know that he's going to be that, because I also don't prefer that coming from a man. But I'm like, we need a little bit of that. We need a little of the judgy. We need any of that to figure that out.
That's why I was confused when you were talking about people hate them or the one that we hate, because Republicans hate Jimmy Kimmel because he stays on their necks all the time.
That's the one who's older.
They're about the same age.
What?
Yeah. Let's see.
No way.
Jimmy Kimmel is 57. Jimmy Fallon age. He's 50. They're like,
whoa.
I think because you were too young to remember Jimmy Fallon on SNL.
No, when I saw those old pictures of him on SNL, I said, hold up, I got it. I understand this now. This man was a hot, he would hot and
whip
funny.
out but also on SNL, he was known as the person that was breaking all the time. Like he was laughing then. But he would break giggling out that guitar, swoon worthy.
Oh my God, of course. Because when I saw that initial clip that went viral of like Nicole Kidman thinking she's on a date with Jimmy Fallon, I was like, Nicole, are you okay? Like, what do you, and everyone's like, I can't believe he fumbled that. And I was like, I can't believe he had an opportunity to fumble that. And then I saw younger him. And I was
telling you, like, he was hot. Like, he was very hot.
Like, okay, I get it. But I like Jimmy Kimmel. I don't have an issue with Jimmy Fallon. I prefer my men laughing versus other things.
I just get lost when you don't know them.
It's so hard because they're both named Jimmy. And then also
was a time when there was a lot of Jimmy and James.
James Corden could also be Jimmy. And I just think if Jimmy is not any of your first legal names, I do need you guys to switch it up. You can't all choose the same nickname.
They're all James.
I know. And I'm like, okay, cool. So one of you can be James, one of you can be Jimmy. Has anyone ever heard of Jim? Why don't you just be Jim?
Because no one is Jim anymore.
Yeah, but then why are there two Jimmys?
Because they're Gen X. And so Jimmy is like such a Gen X thing. Jim, that's a boomer thing. And now we're back to James now. Anybody with that name, they, like children, they're just James.
The last names are insane because they're both, the last names are both 6 letters and has 2 double letters in the middle.
It doesn't make sense to me that it gets mixed up.
They're the same. No,
I also, as someone that held the crown as queen of the audience on Jimmy Kimmel, like, it really hurts me that you don't know the difference.
No. First of all, I know the difference in the shows because I've also met Guillermo. I worked with Guillermo and I love Guillermo. To me, Jimmy Kimmel, I watch Jimmy Kimmel far more than I watch Fallon in general. I don't know why. I just can't. They're the same. They're also both brunette. And their names are their last names are the same to me. Their first names are the same.
The thing is, I keep saying, I can't believe that you keep mixing up and you're like, I know the difference. But then you go back and you're like, yeah, but they're the same. Like, no, they aren't.
It's just hard.
One's in New York, one's in LA.
What was
Hollywood,
the other?
to be exact.
I also thought, oh my God, there was something that I used to get mixed up as a kid about Conan O'Brien.
And it was like because that is a very unique man.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't him, but I do that all the time. I like literally will be like, so sorry, I thought you were this person instead. I thought that with the actress, her name is Bronwyn on. I need to know who you think she looks like. Bronwyn James in Wicked, with her blonde hair. I was convinced she was somebody else.
I mean, I don't know who you are confusing her with. I don't.
Anybody
know who
knows?
It could be.
I don't think it's the same age. So like that, I'll give that. Like,
okay, I have nothing for you because
if anyone does know, let me know.
Hi, I'm Laura Cathcart-Robbins, and I am the host and creator of the podcast Only One in the Room. Every week, my co-host Scott Slaughter and I invite you to join us and lose yourself in someone's only one story. The Only One in the Room has a wide variety of guests, from prisoners to abuse survivors to swingers. With 21 seasons and counting, we guarantee that Only One in the Room will have a story that you'll connect with. This podcast is for anyone who has ever felt alone in a room full of people, which is to say that this podcast is for everyone.
Contained herein are the heresies of Radolf Buntwine, erstwhile monk turned traveling medical investigator. Join me as I study the secrets of the divine plagues and uncover the blasphemous truth that ours is not a loving God, and we are not its favored children. The heresies of Radolf Buntwine, wherever podcasts are available.
There's a lot going on right now. Mounting economic inequality, threats to democracy, environmental disaster, the sour stench of chaos in the air. I'm Brooke Gladstone, host of WNYC's On the Media. Want to understand the reasons and the meanings of the narratives that led us here, and maybe how to head them off at the pass? That's On the Media's specialty. Take a listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Anyways, you didn't read any results.
No, I didn't. I didn't even read the percentages. Sorry, guys. It's just those pixie cuts are distracting. Meghan realizes so many pixie cuts. That's why we start talking about Ellen. Who is wrong? 5% said Meghan is wrong. 95% said Meghan is not wrong. Someone said, I think the real reason that these men are mad is because we as women can come up with cute little names and better ways to execute things that men have done for years, and they're jealous of that, and they should be. Someone else said, this is hilarious and so right. I love it. Someone else said, this was so hilariously accurate. No notes. Thanks, y'all.
All right. Melissa said, stop trying to make sundown towns cool. 4% said I was wrong. 96% said I was not wrong. So some people are very pro sundown towns.
They said, I love it. Put up a Six Flags. Do a Knott's Berry Farm. I have to say, an amusement park. And if you go, that's just the premise of the next Final Destination movie.
Someone said, the fact that white people continue doing this shit, this is so disappointing. Another person said, in my opinion, these people are the worst kind of allies. They are so comfortable in their white-ass bubble that no matter how much they know about racism and discrimination, they still see this happy little world that they live in as nothing but butterflies and rainbows when it's clearly the opposite. Ploys like this are not only disrespectful and insensitive, it's also incredibly dangerous. Although most people affected by sundown should know how dangerous they are, people are impressionable, and spewing false information like this only feeds into that. This is some milk cricket bullshit, and I'm so sick of it. I've never heard that phrase.
Then we have writer number 1 who wants to marry their undocumented boyfriend, but he doesn't want to. 73% said the writer is wrong, and 27% said the writer is not wrong. Someone said, run away from him. I agree with y'all that the writer isn't wrong for bringing up the idea, but the boyfriend also isn't wrong for saying no. Oh, wait. And then they also included, also, as a victim of the 2000s pixie cut trend, I agree with Meghan. And then they send, quite literally, absolutely banging picture of them in a pixie cut.
Yeah, I saw it.
I'm loving that. And then someone else said, do not marry this man. I am begging. Someone else said, girl, do not marry this guy. Do you think you should marry him? Probably not. I only say the writer is wrong because why force marriage on a man who clearly doesn't want it? Especially if he is messing with some shit, lying about how he's operating on his business. You don't want to be connected to that and also have to deal with the government thinking your marriage is fake. Run while you can, but see if you can skim somebody off his business before you go, as long as it won't get you arrested.
And I just want to reiterate, they were only dating for 2 months.
Yeah. I do think it's also wildly bold to tell someone that their business, what they're doing is illegal. First of all, I don't know how you haven't gotten caught sooner. That's what I'm saying. Keep that to yourself. Who else have you told? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I think if I am in on somebody's illegal business, maybe it is grounds for marriage.
Well, also, I better be benefiting from this financially. Like, if you wrote me into this, if you make me an accomplice and an accessory, where are my accessories? I want a diamond tennis bracelet. Like, I can't just know and have the burden with none of the fucking benefits. Like, no. Someone else said, this sounds like you should break up with him and definitely not marry him, but good luck to this man in his questionably legal business. Someone else just said, don't do it. Do not marry this man. 2 months? I seriously hope this episode gave her a reality check. Just hang out until he has to leave and then break up. Hang out. Just hang out till he has to leave and then break up. Like, it sucks, but it was just not meant to be. Someone said, we listen, but we are judging.
And then we have writer number 2. Are they wrong for responding, haha, to a text from their ex? Who is wrong? 4% said the writer is wrong. 96% said the writer is not wrong. Someone said, I forgot what this is in context to, but as a person who has sent vomit emojis in response to men sending me pictures of their micro penis impression in their jeans, they honestly could have said a lot worse. No hate to micro penises unless they are unsolicited.
Mm-hmm.
Someone else said he broke up with a writer, then texted that he misses them. This man clearly wanted to get some no strings attached action. Absolutely perfect response. Chef's kiss. Then another person said, I have sent a who is this text, and not gonna lie, it was iconic. And I want to read this because it's hilarious. So they have in the contacts, I don't think you put it here, but in the one that you sent me directly as a DM, in the contacts, they have them saved as 2 tombstones. And then the person said, hey, what's up? And the writer also had completely deleted their previous conversations because this is a fresh iMessage. So the person said, hey, what's up? Then the listener here said, sorry, who is this? Oh, damn. Never mind, I guess. And then our listener said, sorry, I just have an emoji for the name, so I can't remember. Then the person said, what's the emoji? And our listener said, it's the kissy lips plus plus a tombstone, which is not what it is. There's two
tombstones. They said one's enough.
But they lied and said that it was it's not a kissy face. It's the lips, the kissy lips, as if they actually love them. And then the person said, oh, well, I'm Matt. LOL. We did kiss, went to a lake, wine, bees, anime. But yeah, kind of got cold. We both were busy in September. Have any plans this week?
That's funny.
With something like 5 million podcasts, finding a really good one can take a ton of time. So let me recommend one. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in each episode, we discuss topics that can be really helpful, like how to read people better, the psychology of crowds, or fun things like the story of Legos, or why you probably wouldn't be here if it weren't for horses. Something You Should Know is the name of it, wherever you get your podcasts.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What are you doing?
What do you mean?
Just keep it simple.
I'm making the promo.
Just keep it simple. Just say, hey, we're the Brav Bros. 2 guys that talk about Bravo.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're the Brav Bros.
No.
Oh.
Dude, stop with the voice. Just keep it simple.
I've seen promos on TV, dude. This is how you get the fans engaged. This is how you get listeners. We're trying to get listeners here. If we just say, oh, we're 2 dudes that talk about Bravo, people are going to get tired of it already. We need some oomph.
All right, then fine. Let's try to do it with your voice.
Brav Bros.
Good job.
At Radiolab, we love nothing more than nerding out about science, neuroscience, chemistry.
But we do also like to get into other kinds of stories. Stories about policing or
politics,
country music,
hockey,
sex, of bugs.
Regardless of whether we're looking at science or not science, we bring a rigorous curiosity to get you the answers.
And hopefully make you see the world anew.
Radiolab, adventures on the edge of what we think we know.
Wherever you get your podcasts.
My wrong of the week, the Be My Cookie perfume, a.k.a. the Poo Poo Dookie perfume.
I want to forget about this.
Never.
I hope after this episode, well, actually, after I edit this episode, that is the last time that I ever hear about this.
Just remember,
shit.
I had so many nominations, and this one, I did everything in my power for 2 weeks to not talk about it because I knew you would hate it, but simultaneously, that's what kept drawing me back to it. I said, I really want to do it because I know she's going to hate it so much. And so I stayed strong for as long as I could.
I love that I have built my For You page brick by brick, as they say online. And it's still, even in you talking about it, has never run across my For You page.
I know, because I knew if you had seen it, you would have immediately been like, you have to look at this, what this is. Like, it's so gross. And yeah, so 91% said the shit cookie perfume is wrong. And 9% said the shit cookie perfume is not wrong. I guess I technically said cookie shit.
They've got some fans.
I hope you all are well. I hope there's nothing medically
I told
happening.
you some people just want to smell like shit. And because of that, they need to find their other shitty people. And so this is a great way for them to find each other.
I saw a tweet about, and I don't know if this is true or if they were just trolling, that like Benny Blanco did an interview talking about how he like drank his friend's piss and he loved it.
I think that is true. There's an episode.
Everything I know about Benny Blanco, that adds up.
There's an episode of Dave with him on there, and I believe he's playing himself. I think so.
Yeah,
and
everyone does on that.
Not everybody. Some people do.
Oh, sorry. No, but people like him, who
Yes.
come, like musical guests who come on.
It's a lot of them playing with body parts on each other. There's a lot of the episode. And that was the episode where I drew the line.
Show's no longer for you.
I literally turned it off and I said, I'm done. And I think that show's hilarious, but that one, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Yep. That's fair. Yeah. So I feel like Benny Blanco would love this perfume. I can't think about him too much. It makes me, there's too many things that he's done that I'm like, yuck, yuck, yuck. Someone said, yeah, Google 5 icky animal odors prized by perfumers. Weird. You guys, I regret talking about this because now weird anal sac shit has been used for a long time.
I can believe that in like Egyptian days.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Like Cleopatra saying, give me that nut sack of that mole rat. Then we get that pheromone. But like right now, no. Someone else said, ew, disgusting. For some reason, I know a lot of perfume scents come from weird things. I'm pretty sure musk comes from deer secretions, too.
I gotta look that up.
You don't want to just continue to spread possible misinformation.
Nope. Okay. Natural musk is found in animals, in particular the male musk deer, or from a cat with musk civet, C-I-V-E-T. They secrete an unpleasant, strong-smelling brown substance from a gland that once collected and dried into a powder. It's soaked in ethanol for months or years, which brings out an aroma that is a lot more pleasant.
But
so
it's
you have to
synthetic
take
now.
something stanky, let it sit for years, and be like
wine or cheese.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, bitches love
cheese stinks.
Rich people love old shit. They love
I
aging
feel like
shit.
musk is the bare minimum on scents. I wouldn't even say that's like a rich people.
No, but I think it's one of the early ones.
It's an early one.
And I think that perfume was kind of like a rich people
Well, perfume
thing.
was to literally
Because
cover up stank.
Yeah, because they didn't bathe because they were rich. Bitches. Crazy. And disgusting.
I love that they used to spray into handkerchiefs. And that's why we get that stuff, because that's when people were turning to take a whiff of something that smelled better than the people around them.
Imagine having cholera and coughing blood into like a fragrant fucking hanky.
A musky.
First of all, by the way, I wouldn't be able to breathe. I'm already coughing and now I'm overwhelmed with scent. That's not helping. And I also think like a lot of the time now things are synthetic that like we come up with, but they're based on those things. Someone else said for the plot, I'm saying they're not wrong. If people have this fetish and are going to be so bold about it, at least there's somebody out there capitalizing off of it. If I was at CEO, I would keep my name, face, and everything off of it and then sit back and cut my checks. Kind of like the piss jeans.
I thought of that immediately.
That's so funny. It's low-key win-win. And if an innocent bystander buys it and gets a note of shit, that's a great lesson on researching before you buy. Fair. Someone else said, don't buy synthetic vanilla. Don't buy synthetic. Unfortunately, it's the synthetic. I thought this was going to be the natural. Synthetic vanilla. Something about beavers and anal glands. Has anyone told the vegans?
I think they know.
Oh, okay. I think that's it. But my eyes might be deceiving me. I need...
Your eyes deceiving you?
Shut the fuck up. It's too soon. I already had this all this week. I need us to like keep going further. Because anytime I take a screenshot of someone who responded to the white Michael B. Jordan thing and I just see it,
it's there.
I have to like it takes all of my fucking willpower to suppress hysterical laughter. And it's taking up a lot of my time trying to compose myself. That's it.
I've moved on.
I haven't. I'm still there.
We haven't got an update, so I'm just choosing to move on.
I can't. Unfortunately, it's a core fixture of who I am now.
All right. And then my wrong of the week nominations, I had double Diane Vara of Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles and the Abercrombie sex ring. Who's wrong? 97% said they're wrong. 3% said they're not wrong. Someone said Big Bomb with the barfing look emoji. Someone else said he looks sun bleached. And I believe that's in reference to the Abercrombie CEO because Trump looks sunburnt. So not the same. Yeah. They're the opposites.
Merry Christmas, everybody! My name is Eric Peterson. I'm here with my good buddy,
Danny Jordan.
And we are the hosts of Christmas Countdown Show.
We're so thrilled to be bringing the merriment to you all this holiday season. On Christmas Countdown, we love to count down our top 10 favorite things related to the holiday season. That could be food, movies, music, everything that we all love about this massively merry good time. So wherever you get your podcasts, make sure you click that subscribe button. Eric, are you ready?
I am ready, and we hope that you are too. Merry Christmas, everybody! Let's go!
Do you love Disney? Then you are going to love our hit podcast, Disney Countdown. I'm Megan, the Magical Millennial.
And I'm the Dapper Danielle.
On every episode of our fun and family-friendly show, we count down our top 10 lists of all things Disney. There is nothing we don't cover.
We are famous for rabbit holes, Disney-themed games, and fun facts you didn't know you needed, but you definitely need in your life. So if you're looking for a healthy dose of Disney magic, check out Disney Countdown wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey everyone, join me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa DeMonts, for Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong?
Each week, we deliver 4 fun-filled shows.
In Don't Blame Me, we tackle our listeners' dilemmas with hilariously honest advice.
Then we have But Am I Wrong, which is for the listeners that didn't take our advice. Plus, we share our hot takes on current events.
Then tune in to see you next Tuesday for our listener poll results from But Am I Wrong?
And finally, wrap up your week with Fisting Friday, where we catch up and talk all things pop culture.
Listen to Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
There are some foods that I cannot stand the smell of once. In general, once the food has been eaten, I don't like the smell of the food. I don't want the food to smell in the where I am at or whatever. I am at home. That's totally fine. I think the smell of fast food after you've eaten it in your car is disgusting. I think of all of the ones that is the worst is McDonald's. And I don't like that because what do you mean that it has so many preservatives and it can just be out for years? And then tell me if it doesn't age, then why does everything smell like this?
Because the smell never goes away.
I know, but it's just so, but even as it ages, it still has that same smell. And I'm
it's forever.
Someone's gonna make a perfume of that. Yikes.
They probably have. I'm actually
stale McDonald's.
About 99.9% sure that I have seen it.
Has anyone made
a McDonald's scent?
Has anyone made an apartment soup? One where it's some apartments hallways that smell like soup.
Yep, that's how the condo I lived in when I first moved here.
Do you think that's an LA thing?
No, I've smelled it other places.
Okay, because I've only lived in California. And you'd be hard pressed to find a single. Our dorm smelled like soup. It'd be impossible to find a building like that. And I'm like, what is the science and the mechanism behind a soup hallway?
I think it's a combination, and this is just me making shit up. I think it's a combination of a lot of different scents being cooked. Plus the fact that years of that is in the walls.
It's always carpeted usually.
Plus
too.
It's carpeted and it's a little damp always. There's a damp feeling in those halls.
It's never totally dry.
Yeah. So I think it's a little bit of mold. It's a little mildew, a little moldy, and then mixed with the food scents.
I bet that person who wrote in about the actual biohazard of their hallway, I bet theirs actually didn't smell like soup. Because they'd gotten past the point of hallway soup, of apartment soup.
Body decaying.
It's not like body soup. I hate that I said that.
Well, that's accurate.
But I don't. That's why I don't like it, because it gave me a visual that I don't want to think about. But yeah, so let us know. Does your apartment smell like soup? Does your hallway smell like soup? Did your dorm smell like soup? But yeah, that's like another one of those like distinct ones, or like a Subway perfume that smells like a.
Written on enough Subways to know this.
No, the restaurant.
Oh.
First of all, I know that's the perfume that already exists. It's cookies and shit. And actually, no, the overt smell in this is piss. And I would say that's also like the smell of Bart. Like it smells like a little bit like gasoline. It smells like burning, and Bart smells a little bit more like burning. And there's a scent of like piss on carpet, not fresh piss, a musty piss.
Musk.
Yeah.
Subway, yes. Subway
You know the
is
smell.
The bread. It's the bread. They're baking the bread, and then you have to think about like all the open cut fresh vegetables. So it's the scent of the two of those together.
And of the inside of it smells like a very clean refrigerator. Like it smells
I don't
preserved.
dislike the smell of Subway.
Me neither, but it also doesn't just smell like bread. You don't go, if you smell the perfume, and you wouldn't go fresh baked bread, you would go Subway.
Mm-hmm. Eat fresh.
Yep. Ish. Eat fresher than a lot of the other ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know what niche perfume you could make.
Gasoline.
Whatever. I think that's definitely already been made, because like people live for that shit.
That. I used to. I don't think that I smell it as much as I used to. I think I used to be a lot more.
Unfortunately, we have a lot of Teslas.
But I mean, when you go to the gas station, like I used to love like going to the gas station and smelling, and I don't think I smell it as much as I used to.
You should go with me, because the amount of times, well, no, I don't want to talk about that, because you already said I was not a good driver. This has nothing to do with my driving.
I didn't say you weren't a good driver. When did those words come out of my mouth, Megan?
They did.
I said I didn't want you driving with dilated eyes and tears in them.
Anyways, the amount of times I've been pumping my gas, less because I have a man now and I go, that's his job.
Also, how much do you drive?
Not a lot. That I have pulled out too soon, and I've gotten actual gasoline on my hands.
Why? Why are you pulling out too soon? I like to keep it in there, and then
you want to soak,
and then I dangle it a little bit before I pull it out.
You'd give it little drips. You do a little shake, shake, shake. Yeah, no. Yeah. If I was a dude, my pants, I'd constantly have like the piss stink, because I'd be like, I'm just trying to go fast. Speed, speed, speed. Yeah, I've done that multiple times, and like I literally like was in the car being like, what do I do? Because you think about gasoline like it is a chemical component, and so I was like, I don't
component.
Well, but is it? There's multiple.
Yeah.
In the gasoline that we use in our cars. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not just one. It's like there's all. And so I'm thinking in the terms of cleaning things, because I almost automatically reached my hand sanitizer, and I said, I gotta Google this first, because like, you know, sometimes when you mix things together that you don't come across, that's how people made mustard gas in their own fucking homes. And they're like, shit. So I like looked it up, but I was like, and then it happened like, I was like, it happened when I was like 24, and I was like, that was crazy. Like, what? I'm such an idiot. I can't believe I've been driving for all these years and I suddenly just did that. And then like a month later I did it again, and I was like, what is wrong with me?
No. You gotta let it click, hold, shake, then take it out a little bit, let it drip until you don't see it drip anymore, and then put it back on the pump.
Yep. So take in mind though, I walked around with eau de gasoline on my hand. It actually took, I think, days for it to like somewhat fade.
It feels like it would be the same thing of like if you get pissed on by a skunk, like put some tomato on it.
Skunks aren't peeing.
I understand that.
You said pissed on by a skunk.
I know, but it's like that.
Yeah, I think you have to get pretty close to the. I don't know how much. Like,
I know
range.
It's not actual piss.
Is it wet?
I'm just using it as a.
Yeah. Is it wet though?
I think so.
That makes sense. If it really sticks to you, it would make sense if it's like wet. Yuck. We have a skunk who lives on our. He like makes the rounds, but he's like
his
on
name Pepe.
No, we named him Patrick, and now our whole neighborhood calls him Patrick because we refer to him as Patrick. And Mott's like, we'll smell him. I'll be like, oh, Patrick is here. And he like doesn't bother us. Like he's fine or whatever. But Mott's is like, has just such a fucking fascination with things he's afraid of. And he's like very afraid of getting sprayed by a skunk. So naturally, he's like, let me go outside with the flashlight and see where the skunk is. And I go, or you could leave the skunk alone.
You just sit down.
And if you open your car door and you smell like a skunk that has been nearby, open and shut your door. Like make some noise before you're just there. Like don't walk in the dark and like stop. Like you're gonna scare him. It's like getting inked. It's like, oh no, I inked. And it's the same thing that he does to spiders, where he's like, I'm terrified of it. Let me go look at it when I'm wearing shorts and no shoes. I'm like,
it's exposure therapy.
Yeah, he's obsessed with it. And I'm like, this is not the vibe. This is not what I want. This is not what I planned. What's that from? I'm just gonna say, High School Musical. Let's stick to the status quo. In my head, it was Nikki Blonsky singing it. By the way, if anyone hasn't, do a deep dive on Nikki Blonsky.
And that's why I just said, yuck. She was came across my TikTok. It was a TikTok live. And I was like, how did she get over here?
No, like, I don't think people understand Nikki Blonsky and her family got in a... Nikki Blonsky, and take in mind, this is post Hairspray, not that long post Hairspray. She probably had to pay off her publicist still. Decided.
Okay, so skunk spray is considered wet, as it is a liquid, oily substance that is sprayed from a skunk's anal glands. So it probably could be in
the shirt.
It could be in this perfume.
I bet there's definitely skunky perfume stuff.
Anyway, we're done.
That's the end. We hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you
next Tuesday.
Bye-bye.
Welcome to the small town of Chinook, where faith runs deep and secrets run deeper. In this new thriller, religion and crime collide when a gruesome murder rocks the isolated Montana community. Everyone is quick to point their fingers at a drug-addicted teenager, but local deputy Ruth Vogel isn't convinced. She suspects connections to a powerful religious group. Enter federal agent V.B. Lauro, who has been investigating a local church for possible criminal activity. The pair form an unlikely partnership to catch the killer, unearthing secrets that leave Ruth torn between her duty to the law, her religious convictions, and her very own family. But something more sinister than murder is afoot, and someone is watching Ruth.
Chinook, starring Kelly Marie Tran and Sanaa Lathan. Listen to Chinook wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, this is Rob Benedict.
And I am Richard Spate. We were both on a little show you might know called Supernatural.
It had a pretty good run, 15 seasons, 327 episodes.
And though we have seen, of course, every episode many times, we figured, hey, now that we're wrapped, let's watch it all again.
And we can't do that alone, so we're inviting the cast and crew that made the show along for the ride. We've got writers, producers, composers, directors, and we'll of course have some actors on as well, including some certain guys that played some certain pretty iconic brothers.
It was kind of a little bit of a left field choice in the best way possible.
The note from Kripke was, he's great, we love him, but we're looking for like a really intelligent Duchovny type.
With 15 seasons to explore, it's going to be the road trip of several lifetimes. So please join us and subscribe to Supernatural then and now.
Hey, are you interested in horror, but you don't have time to watch the movies? Check out Bloody Good Horror. We're keeping up with what's new, what's hot, we're covering the trends, and we're doing it from a place of love, but we're doing it with a critical eye.
We've seen it all, and it gives us a perspective that helps us when covering the genre.
We're also here for the horror curious, those who might not have the time to get to the theater every week, or if you're just too chicken to watch the blood fly.
Bloody Good Horror comes out every Friday, wherever you get podcasts, and we hope to see you there.